Evening all, welcome to Kicking Dust. Right, this is an extravaganza of gunning, and before people start QQing and giving me general grief about this, let me explain what you're seeing here. You're seeing Evo, a fully maxed Python pilot, and Nano and myself, who are also almost fully maxed Python pilots. Okay, so before people start saying this is OP, it's not, because this is actually what the veterans of the game can do when you put the skills in. Okay, no, I'm not calling myself a veteran. Chill out, bro. What effectively this is you see the rate of fire on this gun. It's because I have Python level 4 and Evo has it level 5, so that's a massive boost. And this is actually what dropships used to do anyway. So this is just reminding people that this is actually a good tactic. So don't go complaining. You know, if you put in the comments this is OP, you're an idiot, because frankly this is just people killing militia tanks who've not tanked right, they've not spec'd right. This is also people using the skills that they've spent almost a year and a half building in this game. Rant over. Let's talk about what we're doing here. So look how fast this gun fires here. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the beauty of having skills in the right areas, because what this has given me, with Evo's skills complementing mine, it means that you have a very high rate of fire on this, which is effectively all the tactic is. We are flying a glass cannon. As you see, it's only got about, 1500 shield? That is terrible. And this is with damage mod, and this is generally just the proness of Evo's flying. And it's also, you've got pretty much two, I'd like to say expert gunners, because Nano and I have done this for some time and we're pretty good at gunning. So all of that combined creates this kind of AC-130 ridiculous, AH-64 patchy gunship killer crazy thing. So much so, look at how much that guy is trying to get away from us. Love it. We lose a lot of these. So again, remember, this is a million-isk investment, pretty much off the bat, or rather 500,000. And we lose these all the time. Now in this particular match we didn't. But look at this. Look at the strafing of this thing. Just getting 3 turrets shooting down at the right point, it just decimates enemies. It really does. So I welcome you all to play this tactic. It is a phenomenally fun thing to do. And what I've done is I've included an orbital counter as well, because you may be noticing that we are obviously getting war points. Because the 3 of us in one vehicle is obviously quite generous war points. And we're building up quite a nice orbital stash. Now, what I'm not going to do is show you the orbitals being brought in. This is solely this tactic. It's mainly because I missed everything as well. But in essence, this is, count the orbitals and place your bets on how many we're going to get by the end. And that's the plan. Now, there we go, another one. The beauty of this tactic as well is that this is, just the way that dropships are kind of designed to be used. And I would stress, you're seeing 3 people here working in a very unified gang. You know what I mean? It's not just one tanker on the red line, or one tanker who just thinks that they can own everything because they bought in a militia tank with a railgun, and then they sit there and cry because it's like, well, if you didn't bring a tank in with a fit with a tank, and you didn't bring in like a front line of tank, then sod you. You have no right to say this is a good tactic. This is our counter to you, bro. And I'm getting really tired of hearing the tankers saying that, oh, it's just fair, mustn't nerf it, etc. Bollocks. With the AV changes that are coming in 1.8, because again, that's a bit of a stealth nerf coming in for AV. So, for example, you're going to have less AV grenades, and that's not good. Things like some of the guns, I believe, are going to have a damage reduction. Post in the comments if that's right. I don't know. I have an issue with this, because AV is always going to be needed, and I think when you have this kind of problem of AV weapons being less effective against vehicles, and yet vehicles are so powerful already, and it's not just the power of them, it's the cheapness of them. You can bring in 3 or 4 militia tanks before you then start to lose on the level as well, which is kind of sad. If you make 250k in a match, that means you can bring in at least 3 before you're then maybe losing ISK, and that's stupid. It really is. The cost of militia tanks needs to go way up. So there we go. I'm not going to talk too much more about that. Look at just the damage this thing spews. 3 turrets all shooting in unison, with a damage mod, I think. Maybe not. But either way, this thing is powerful. And just look at all the points you get as well. It is quite incredible. what you do. So look at this. Let's just destroy this tank as it's called in. Lol. It was actually locked there. I don't know why. I think you get the odd bug where it seems to lock the tank in drop. So it sucks to be that guy. And just to sort of say sorry, we kill him as well. Sorry, bro. But again, these tactics I think are just part of the game. And look at this. It's all about, I mean, again, you're seeing. Oh, another orbital. You're seeing probably one of the best dropship pilots in the game. No, actually strike that, the best dropship pilot in the game, because every time I say that, I know it really annoys a lot of you. So when you get angry at me because I say Evo's the best dropship pilot in the game, which he is, I know it makes you angry, and that then sustains me. So just understand the troll when you see it, guys, because this is a very good pilot with some very good gunners against a team who I don't think really knew how to counter a dropship. We did get forge gunned, we did get AV'd, but again, the ability to keep moving was very powerful. We did even get redline railgunned at one point, but their ability to kind of sustain it was very evident. What we're seeing a lot at the moment is a lot of people running solo. And I hate to say it, but if you're running solo, you're gonna get owned all day long by proper gangs of people working together like we are here. So I mean, I'll post them probably in the next video. Check out the next video particularly, because what we do is we do this tactic again with me in the back on the overview for the whole match, and it's fascinating. It really is, because again, that's 4 people working in unison. Oh, another orbital. All basically looking to get I guess, the advantage of working as a team. So with me in the overview, I'm able to call out targets. So we're actually able to see the red line railgun tanks as they come in. So amazing stuff. And again, I would stress, this is not OP. It's just good use of the tactics. Way back in Chromosome, when I first started playing the game, everyone used to run for the hills when dropships were called in because they were just so powerful. Then dropships became ridiculously weak, and they are still ridiculously weak, but with the right skills and the right pilots and the right capability, they are very, very good indeed. And I think this kind of, again, people forget, and this is amazing to me, people forget that vehicles by default actually came with 2 turrets on them. So way back when, not that far ago actually, you couldn't run a tank without having 2 turrets, and people were always a little bit dismissive of said turrets because they were weak or they were rubbish, and that's just not true. I run my tank generally with 2 fits on it as well, 2 railgun turrets, because when I drive my blaster tank into battle with an enemy tank, if I have 2 gunners shooting forward exactly as you see here, it is incredibly powerful. So again, it's just a tactic, and I don't think you can nerf tactics, really. Redline railgunning is also a tactic, and I don't think it should be removed. I just think there should be more ability for us to fight back, because I think too many people literally just sit at the back of the map with a damage modded no tank, so there's 0 tank on it, and they just sit there and shoot people at will because they know there's nothing that can get them because the red line's there. So my proposal would be to remove the red line for dropships, or to remove the red line, to increase the red line timer twice or 3 times the amount it is now. So that yes, you still have obviously a penalty, you still have to get out, but it should be more than 15 seconds as it is now, maybe less, but it should be like 40 seconds, and it should give you enough time to go and raid the red line. But again, giving the comfort that you have to get out is still the thing. Also, there's just the whole red line thing is a very, very emotive subject anyway. So there we go, 5 Orbis so far, going well. And I'm just amazed actually how kind of fun this was as well. It's nice to have oh god, see that 3-4 swarmers now coming in. So this is a great example of where AV can still be very powerful. And what you saw there is good piloting. Evo knew when to get out, and he knew when to obviously activate modules, etc. And the thing again I would say is that what makes a good dropshipper different from maybe some of the best dropshippers is they don't generally always run entirely from AV. So what you saw there was we actually carried on shooting, and we then just backed off to the point where they were not able to shoot us as effectively, and then we shot them as well. So it's that ability to continue to be aggressive while in the match, and I think that has to be that's one of the differences between an okay dropshipper and a brilliant dropshipper. And I think a lot of people, like even myself, I'm not brilliant at all, because when I get shot by AV, I run away. And the reality is I should run away while maintaining distance and still striking back. And as you saw there, look, he landed on the dude. And that's the kind of dropship action that defines the good guys from basically the best guys. And I do stick by that. So as we go, another dropship to basically to kill, blah, blah, blah. And so again, I would stress this is 3, very good gunners shooting at the same target with 3 focused fire. This is no different to Eve. This is how Eve works. Focused fire against targets is the best way to kill stuff. And you are witnessing that now. We also obviously had to reload just countless times, and this whole video is actually 17 minutes long, so I did edit out all of the rubbish like orbitals, and I know editing orbitals out because they're boring. How can that be even a world where we live in? And I think also we edited out the restocking as well, because obviously that took a little bit of time. But in essence, this is a great tactic, and I think also if you have, if you're interested in dropships, then this is something for you. Look at that ragdoll. Oh yeah. But I would stress this is a multi-million skill point investment you're seeing here across all 3 players, not just one. You could get like a crap gunner in here with no gunnery skills, and he's going to fire so slow that his tactic doesn't work. It's just because all 3 of us have put a lot of skill points into the right skill, and we then have obviously a massive rate of fire bonus when we're in particularly this Evo's dropship. So this is something that if you're going to do, you're going to have to invest a massive amount of time and effort into. But as you can see, it's quite fun and it's very effective. But again, it's an absolute glass cannon. One dude who's got a good forge gunner will wipe us out, to be honest. So there we go. Now, you're probably thinking, 5 orbitals, that's not bad, is it? Well, I don't know how. You're going to have to explain this to me. But as we were sat here basically talking about, it's a great match, well done, good stuff. We were laughing about, wondering how many war points we got. We were then obviously wondering how many kills we got. And look at those lovely skill points. Look at that lovely Isk, lovely Jubbly. Not terribly good loot, but don't know what's going on there. Something very strange happens, and if you watch in the top right corner now, ta-da, we got another orbital. So at the very end, for some reason, it gave us a 6th orbital. Oh, where to say that? I mean, amazing stuff. This is how good Dusk can be, and I do urge you to really play as a team, run as a group, and have some fun. And I think you'll be doing stuff like this, no problem. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.